The first one is Google, right? Oh, Microsoft. Microsoft. Let's do Microsoft. So let me do Microsoft. Okay. So first what I'll do is, this is how I analyze. First I'll try to take a look at the technicals, try to take a look at, then second I'll take a look at the financials, and then I take a look at the macro, and then I take a look at the monetary policy also, if anything, you know. Then I'll take a look at the monetary policies and stuff like that, okay. Sorry, I had an incoming call, keep calling somebody, but I cannot take the call. Sorry, sorry.
This is a recorded video, guys.
Microsoft. So let's go
Live stream today, so that's the I analyze Microsoft earning.
What looks like right now Microsoft. Okay. Right here. Two time we got rejected. Third time we tried to bounce, we got rejection. Kind of we didn't even try the third time. So what does it mean, Joyce? Okay. So let me take a look at it right now. Microsoft. Okay. So we do have. So this is our triangle setting up. So this is the ascending triangle is setting up, but we are not that far. We have the earning tomorrow, right? So what exactly look like? I need to go and take a look at it. This is cancel. The triangle ascending not, because we have earning tomorrow. Earning is a catalyst. Any catalyst can change anything, right? So let's go and take a look at short term. What exactly short term scenario look like? 30 minutes. So if I take a look at 30 minutes, I'm gonna looks like. Okay, so Microsoft is pretty much sideways. If you look at the symmetricals, you know, we have here and bottom here, and we are in the middle of the stock in middle here, around 259 here. That's what the Microsoft look like. If I look at 30 minutes, rejection is right there. You see these resistance are getting rejected. So there is a sell-off going on lately little bit, because support is all the way here, but the sell-off is just started. The top slightly top falling. This is not called top falling, but I'm just looking at 30 minutes. Okay, that's why I said the top getting rejected, not the falling, but outside is getting rejected. So support look like 250. Right here is the support area, but I'm not gonna go in that route now. It look like technically symmetrical setup, right? But I need to look here. Earnings is 222. 248. Oh, okay. Did you notice something? Previously quarter was 248 EPS, and this time they lower it down. The previous quarter was 222 Microsoft, and now let's look here, 229. Okay, so they increased their EPS 229, 222. Guys, Microsoft could be in trouble too, if you ask me. 52. Wow, they're expecting $3 billion more revenue also. Okay, if this is okay, this is, hear me out. This is my thinking. When I apply thesis, I could be higher chance of getting wrong. Only thing is I apply my brain in a different direction. So whenever in this kind of environment, when market is the way the liquidity pulling out of the market worldwide, and people have less money in that environment, when Microsoft raised their forecast last quarter to $52 billion, almost 52.3 billion, compared to previous quarter was 49 billion. So that is little red flag for me. Why? Because monies are getting pulled. Guys, lot of speaker requests. Please hold your horses right now. I'm gonna analyze, and then I will take a lot of questions. So hold it, guys. I'm gonna analyze each and everything. If you have any questions, also I'll take that. So let me finish what I have it in my mind, and then I will go through. So 229 here EPS. So they are also expecting EPS to go higher. So for me, when this kind of environment where dollar, remember, Microsoft also has a lot of earnings. I mean, lot of income coming internationally also. We all know that, right? So that could be one thing. And third thing, Microsoft also makes few devices also, and there they coming from China. If they have got hard hit on that one, semiconductor, then they might have that issue also. Alright, so let's take a look at their balance sheet. Okay, I'm going to go and take a look at the balance sheet of Microsoft. Msft. Guys, if you can tweet anything, you can tweet about it, whatever I'm discussing, I would appreciate. We are also live on, people know where we are here. Just like how I'm not selfish and trying to help you guys, right? Same thing, you can do that too. Appreciate. Okay, So if you take a look at the forward PE ratio here is 24 times, so which is fair, okay, alright, but I need to see the revenue is 192 billion right here. 192 billion their revenue is, right? And if you take a look at the EBITDA is 94 billion. Wow, man, Microsoft, look at their Microsoft profitability. You know what Microsoft is? Almost like 48% profit right here. You know, that's crazy profit. Net profit is this much. Now, if you take a look at their cash, total cash in hand, look at the cash in hand, 104 billion versus 77 billion dollar debt. So it's like a 1.5 ratio, 1.4. Yeah, I would say around 1.25 is to 1 ratio. So they have more cash than the debt. So they're doing better compared to debt versus the cash. So they have cash in hand, but not as good as Google, which is 1:5 ratio. Google has cash. They have 5 times more cash than the debt. Over here they have 1.25, 1.25 cash versus 1 ratio. So they are decent, but I need to take a look at their. Okay, right here 7.4 billion outstanding, so that's fine. So this company profitability is higher, right? You see this profitability percentage wise compared to Apple, Tesla, Google. This company makes more profit compared to other companies. Okay? So that's why one thing I like about these, the profitability is super high, strong on this one. Okay? So in this case, excuse me, what do I think about the Microsoft? Alright, so let's see. Microsoft in a pre-pandemic was 135, no, pre-pandemic was 190, and in pandemic time 130, right? So basically 250. So if we somehow Microsoft earning, I feel like Microsoft might miss these earnings, could be guys, because of the only one thing I think. One is their expected, their forecast was higher, and I think that was a mistake. If they could have been forecasted lower, and that's why, because they only, if you look at the previous earnings, the stock went up on earnings, and forecast was given higher, right? Whenever any company gives a forecast higher, and at that time stock did not fly crazy, it just hang in there, where other company stock was flying high, maybe little bit up at that particular day, and jump like maybe 1 or 2 or 3% right at that time. But other than that, stock also went down. So market right now, as we all know, market is waiting for all the earnings of mega cap. So that's the direction market wants to choose at this point. And I've been saying this many weeks. I say, hey, market is waiting for the earnings, and that's what they want to check. So what earning now looks like here based on these, only mistake they have done is they raise their guidance, right? Whenever company raise the guidance and this kind of environment where the currency war going on, in this case, I think because of that and the supply constraint and CPI and inflation numbers coming higher and higher, right? We all know that. Because of that reason, you see these all green earnings. Microsoft always remain green. All, look at that, not a single one. Do you see this? Every earning they beat, right? Every time they beat. I feel something going to happen this time, something unusual than this. Microsoft. I would give Microsoft better than Google. Microsoft would perform better than the Google, right? I feel like that this time. But no, hold your thoughts. I have so many people here also want to request. So just hold your thought, and I will open up this page right now. So just give a little time. Let me finish. So Microsoft, this is what I can think right now in the Microsoft, where their guidance they raised, that could be their hurdle. They might because they're record-breaking earnings, but this time they might have a little somewhere glitch, and probably market might not like. If that not like, what would happen is, my price target of the Microsoft is not this earning, okay, I'm not saying about just earning, but the support area is right here, that's 238, and if market really another, once SPY takes the floor down and we're gonna go another lower low in a SPY, then we can go and catch this, but this will be a 2023 probably or something. If really recession occurs and stuff like that happens, then look at this. This is the strongest support area. That's why I think 211. But that's later stage. I'm not trying to think right now. In that, I just want to view because I need to check this what happening. Though the sloping resistance are getting built, and slowly price action is getting into symmetry. You see the symmetry building up, so it's getting squeezed, and let's see what happens earning that. But I'm just trying to. This is the what I think on a Microsoft. Either if we break the trend line right here, the sloping support, then we're gonna go down. But right now we have no point to discuss about technical because we are working on earnings right now and to analyze based on the previous earnings, based on the way the things are taking place around the world, and based on their forecast. I think Microsoft will be a little bit, not much. They might reach. They might get something, they might achieve something, but at this point market might not like something whatever they review at that earnings. So I'm little cautious on these earnings on Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft is one, then